all the electricity we use has to come from somewhere. In the state of Missouri, it costs 9.19 cents per kilowatt hour. To give a little context, 1 kilowatt hour is the equivalent to using your laptop all day. The problem with that is that energy is most likely coming from coal power plant, like this one in LaBadie, Missouri, which is owned by Ameren and is the largest coal power plant in the state. I will be talking about wave energy, wind energy, and not so much about solar energy, because that is something that could really be applied to just about anywhere, and it's already fairly prominent in the state of Missouri. First, I want to explain how a traditional wind turbine works. It works sort of like an airplane wing. Blowing air passes around both sides of the blade. The shape of the blade causes the air pressure to be uneven, higher on one side, lower on the other, and that's what makes it spin. On the top, there is a weather vane that is connected to a computer to keep the turbine into the wind. The rotor only turns about 18 revolutions per minute, which isn't fast enough to generate electricity, so the rotor shaft spins a series of gears that converts it to about 1800 revolutions per minute, which is fast enough for the generator to produce electricity. Vortex, the bladeless wind turbine. Yeah, it looks a little bit like a flagpole, but it's not. That little amount of movement you see, that's what's creating energy. And it doesn't have to turn. It can go in any direction. It's very cost effective. It costs half the amount in both manufacturing and installing costs, and it saves about 80% when it comes to the maintenance costs and replacing parts. That also won't happen because there's no big turbines to hit wildlife. The parts don't ever come in contact with each other, so there's no need for lubrication, which also means that you're spending less to replace parts that are wearing out anyway. Their footprints are very small. They can be placed very close to each other, meaning that you could put a lot of them in a small area. The motion of the ocean moves the float up and down, creating energy. Wavestar uses hydraulic motion to turn generators, but there is a version that uses the up and down motion to pump water through a turbine. Wave systems have a few benefits. First, the ocean changes much slower and is more predictable than the wind, and therefore can be forecasted accordingly, whether that be to take the floats out of the water or adjust the height of the platform they're on. This means that you can also be collecting energy 24 hours a day. This alternative would not be feasible for Missouri because we don't have any bodies of water that fluctuate frequently enough to use the float system.